Most men spend their lives trying to look younger, act younger, and compete with younger men. They chase style, physique, status, but they never notice something happening in silence. While everyone is trying to appear newer and fresher, women are quietly drawn to something older, calmer, and deeper, not because of age, but because of mastery. There is a psychological reason a woman can walk into a room full of loud, confident young men and still notice an older man in the corner who isn't trying to impress anyone. He doesn't talk the most. He doesn't show off. He doesn't compete. Yet he becomes the gravitational center of the room. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why that happens and how any man, at any age, can develop the same effect. Because women are not drawn to age, they are drawn to power. Not physical power, emotional power. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe to Stoic Power Codes. Every lesson in this channel exists for one purpose: to build men with calm confidence, emotional strength, and internal mastery. Now pay attention, because what comes next might change the way you think about attraction forever. Here is the truth most men never hear. Women are not attracted to the loudest man. They are attracted to the man who is in control of himself, a man who can feel emotion without drowning in it, a man who can face conflict without becoming chaotic, a man who can desire without becoming desperate. Younger men often see attraction as performance. They want to be chosen, liked, admired. They try to entertain, impress, prove. But a woman can sense when a man is performing. She can feel the insecurity beneath the confidence. She can feel the need for approval hiding behind the jokes and bravado. The Stoic man is different. His confidence isn't loud because it doesn't need to be. He doesn't chase reactions. He doesn't fear silence. He doesn't negotiate his worth. He exists with a kind of internal gravity. A woman feels him before he speaks. Now, here is where the psychology becomes fascinating. Women are biologically wired to be drawn toward emotional safety. Not comfort, not softness. Emotional safety. A man who remains stable under pressure signals that he can protect himself, protect her, and protect a future. That instinct goes deeper than logic. She does not think it. She feels it. Let's place two men side by side. The first is physically attractive, successful, charming, but emotionally unpredictable. When he is upset, he becomes dramatic. When he is challenged, he gets defensive. His emotions control him. A woman may be entertained by him, attracted to him, even obsessed with him for a short time, but deep inside, she knows she cannot trust him. His instability becomes a threat to her peace. Now look at the second man. He is calm, patient, deliberate. He speaks slowly because he isn't afraid of being ignored. He listens because he is not threatened by silence. When something goes wrong, he doesn't lose control. When he is challenged, he doesn't explode. A woman can relax in that presence. She feels safe, not because he is soft, but because he is grounded. That grounded energy is what older Stoic men radiate without trying. But here is the twist. This has nothing to do with age. It has to do with wisdom. Some men are 25 with the emotional maturity of 50. Some are 50 with the insecurity of 14. Age does not make a man attractive. Mastery does. Let me give you a story that reveals this truth. There was a man named Elias. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the youngest. He wasn't trying to be impressive. He had lived enough life to stop seeking approval. When someone disrespected him, he didn't fight for validation. He simply walked away. When someone flirted with him, he didn't rush. He took his time. He observed. He chose. And women noticed something rare. Elias wanted companionship, but he didn't need it. His life was full. His identity was complete. His happiness wasn't borrowed from other people's attention. That is what made him desirable. Women wanted him not because he was emotionally available, but because he was emotionally sovereign. Now, let's open a loop. What did Elias know that most men never learn? Because desire is attracted to self-control. You cannot seduce while seeking approval. You cannot lead while craving attention. A man who needs nothing from others becomes incredibly attractive to others. Most men think Stoicism means being emotionless. They misunderstand everything. Stoicism is not suppression, it is precision. The Stoic man feels emotion deeply, but he does not let emotion steer his life. A woman can cry, shout, test him, challenge him, and yet his center does not break. That does something to her psychologically. She realizes she cannot control him. And the moment a woman realizes she cannot control a man emotionally, she starts respecting him. Respect is the seed of desire. Here is another open loop. There are 3 traits that separate Stoic men from everyone else. But most men never master them because they are too busy chasing approval. We'll come back to these traits shortly. Let's explore the psychology deeper. Women test men emotionally, not because they want to ruin them, but because emotional pressure reveals truth. Any man can act confident in comfort, but only a grounded man stays confident in chaos. A woman doesn't care how calm you are when everything is perfect. She wants to see who you become when life becomes difficult. And the older Stoic man has already lived those storms. He has been betrayed, rejected, embarrassed, ignored. He has faced loss, failure, and disappointment. And he came out calmer, not weaker. That is why young emotional chaos cannot compete with mature emotional gravity. Now, here is something most men never notice. Women are more attracted to how a man makes her feel about herself than how he makes her feel about him. A Stoic man does not react to every emotional wave, so a woman feels steadier around him. She doesn't feel judged. She doesn't feel controlled. She doesn't feel pushed. She is drawn to the relaxed confidence of someone who is not trying to win her. And because he isn't trying to win her, she becomes the one who tries. Let's return to those 3 traits. First, emotional composure. A Stoic man does not argue to prove himself. He does not explode to regain power. He does not panic when something goes wrong. His calm under stress is a demonstration of strength. Second, selective attention. He does not give his energy to everyone or everything. His attention is rare, and women can feel that. A king does not chase. He chooses. Third, controlled desire. He is capable of passion, but he is not ruled by it. He can want a woman without needing her to want him back. Desire is a choice, not a weakness. Once a woman senses these 3 traits, she sees him differently. She stops comparing him to other men. She starts comparing other men to him, and most men start losing instantly. Here is the final loop before the payoff. Why do women struggle to forget a Stoic man once they've met one? Because he is not just attractive. He is safe. Not safe as in predictable or boring, but safe as in emotionally solid. When she cries, he doesn't crumble. When she's angry, he doesn't escalate. When life gets messy, he becomes clearer, sharper, stronger. She sees a future in that presence. Closing. Women do not desire older men. They desire emotional grown men. The age is just a disguise. What they really want is a man who has mastered himself. A man whose silence is stronger than another man's shouting. A man who can feel deeply without losing control. A man whose strength is quiet, steady, and focused. Once a woman experiences a man like this, every other man feels unstable, noisy, insecure, loud on the outside, empty on the inside. But she will compare every new man to the peace she once felt. If you want to become that kind of man, subscribe to Stoic Power Codes. This channel exists to turn men into their strongest, calmest, and most emotionally powerful selves. Not by pretending to be stoic, but by becoming stoic. Because true attraction begins when a man no longer seeks it.